Hele mai ke olo olo oe, e ho'i mai kui po. Hele mai ke olo olo oe, e ho'i mai kui po. Breakfast with Bob.
Poncho, man, I like it. Again, Breakfast with Bob. My name is Bob Babbitt. We are brought to you by EAS Sports Nutrition, Hoka One One, Polar, Osco Wellness, Velo Fix, Four Seasons Hualalai, where we'll be hosting our World Championship edition on Sunday, TriathlonWorld.com. My next guest, one of our favorite people of all time, Mr. Terenzo Bozzone, who has done so much. We're talking about 37 international titles, 23 Ironman 70.3 races that he has won. I don't know how many half Ironmans besides that. And he still holds the course record at Wildflower.
Whoop, whoop.
Plus, he won the Ironman 70.3 World Championships back a few years.
Yeah.
How you doing, bud?
Aloha.
Aloha,
Bob.
How is being a daddy, most importantly?
It's awesome, loving it. Cavallo, our son, is 1 year and 2 months.
I heard he has an agent already.
Yeah,
You're an agent.
yep.
15%. Is he negotiating?
We were yet to decide if he goes the tennis route, like his mum, or soccer.
Soccer's not bad.
Italian genes. So
some big bucks there.
Yeah, he's got the pass down.
Yes,
I think he could be a good midfielder or striker.
Love it. Now, I know you have spent a lot of time training on this island back in the days when you and Maka would go ahead. And in fact, I think right by here, you guys would sprint towards the finish after every workout. It's Bozzone and it's McCormick, and one of us is going to win a world title.
Yeah, I think that's why I got a commission from his last win here.
You should have.
2010.
Yeah. What is it about this island? You've trained a lot on this island, and you've finished 11th here before. But I personally don't think you've had your race anywhere close to your race on this place yet. What do you think?
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, I mean, I would like to think I'm capable of a lot better finish. To be honest, I don't think I've had my race at over an Ironman distance race.
Right.
I think I've learned a lot over the years, and I would love to just get it together on a day and have what I think I'm capable of.
Yes.
But, this year training's been good. I've got a new perspective on things with Cavallo, of course, and I'm in a good place mentally, physically. I think I'm good. I've done a bunch of training with Jan Frodeno.
Oh, you have?
This year. Yeah, up in Girona, and his
Are you guys living up in Girona?
Oh, Kelly and I.
Block?
Yeah, we went there for June, July.
Yeah.
And then I actually went back up before 70.3 Worlds for a little block up there.
And you got 4th at 70.3 Worlds. That's a good race.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with that. I had a few issues with my hip leading into it, so I had a couple of weeks off running and wasn't sure where the body would be. But got onto the run and started within myself and seemed to pick up a few places as the race got on. And actually, Jan's training buddy, who's also my training buddy now, Nick Castellane.
Yes.
He caught up and finished 6th on the day, which is a great finish for him. And I was pretty happy with 4th.
You're a guy like you trained with Maka when he was at his peak, and now you're training with Jan when he's at his peak. Talk a little bit about what makes that guy special, Jan.
Well, for me, I do triathlon for a couple of reasons. One is because I love setting myself goals and working towards them, and when you achieve them, it's a great feeling. And the other thing is I really enjoy it.
Right,
and
you love it.
And training with good people, not only good athletes, but good people that you would hang out with outside of training is really important to me. So Jan and I get on well. Emma and Kelly.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Yes.
The heat's getting to me a little bit. Don't tell anyone though, Bob.
Yes.
Emma and Kelly get on really well, and they've got a young kid as well. So
that's perfect.
It works out well, and we had a lot of fun in Girona. It's a good place to hang out and train.
Yeah. This year, besides getting the 4th Ironman 70.3 Worlds, you were 3rd at Ironman Texas, right? It was North American Championship. 2nd at Wildflower. Now, I don't think you'd been back to Wildflower.
I went back a couple times after I broke the record.
Yeah.
Just struggled like a dog.
Yes. But you got 2nd there this year.
Yeah. And
to Jesse, who's won like 6 in a row.
He seems to go quite well there. But, I mean, Jesse's been racing well all year. Great Ironman race in Lanzarote a few weeks after that.
How was going back to Wildflower? Pretty fun?
Yeah, it was fun to go back. I actually got a cabin on the actual lake this time.
Yes.
Which I'm on the other lake with the nice houses. So I got a nice cabin, and it was, the water level has dropped incredibly. I could not believe it.
Can you believe that when you got there, the place you swam in when you set the record is
there's
basically
cows there feeding.
There's people running out there. That you ran through there.
Someone told me that, and I
didn't
was like,
believe it.
No, whatever. And we drove down into the lake and saw this, just barren. I'm like,
Yes.
You're kidding.
No.
You are kidding.
And it makes the race tough too, because not that the race wasn't tough enough, but running, you do the swim, then you run up a ramp that's basically Mount McKinley or something.
Well, yeah, because the water levels drop so much, you got to climb back up to normal level, and so and then you what's it, a 2-mile run back to
more. It's over a 2-mile run,
Yeah, yeah.
and then it's the same 56-mile brutal bike, and then an 11-mile run, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still tough.
Yeah, it's very tough, but it's fun. It's a great race. It's kind of, I guess, the grassroots of triathlon.
It
and,
is. It is.
It was great to be able to have the opportunity in my schedule to go back this year. And
You've been involved with this stuff since, you were a little kid when you first. How old were you when you started racing triathlons?
be about 13, 14.
13, 14.
Yeah,
So
high
you've been
school.
in this for, what are you?
A while?
A while. You've been
Yeah,
in
17, 18 years.
17, 18 years.
Yeah. I'm still the young guy, though, hey, Bob?
You are still a young guy.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, yes.
You're still a
Sweet,
young
thanks.
guy. But has being a daddy, has that made it more fun again? Is that, because you come home from a crappy workout, your little guy's still going to want to play. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, exactly. You lie on the floor and let him climb all over you.
Yeah.
And all those worries about, oh, geez, I was 5 seconds off or 3 seconds off per K in my run workout. You forget about that. That goes out the window pretty quick. And you have this new perspective on life, what's really important. And,
Yes.
And I'm very fortunate to have a family, but my parents, my brother, and more importantly, my wife and my son. And it's great. And to be able to do what I love as a job.
And you still love it after 17 years. It's still...
Wouldn't think of doing anything else. And coming here to Hawaii, it's really tough. There's a lot of pressure on you to succeed and have a good
Sure.
race here. But I love it. I love just the whole vibe and all the age groupers and
Sure.
and the pros. A lot of us all get on really well. Chris Lieto had a More Than Sport function up at his house and invited a bunch of pros up there to be a part of it, and and just that family kind of feeling where everyone's nice to everyone.
Right.
It's a great thing to be a part of.
Well, the nice thing about this sport, it's really, at the end of the day, it's you against the course.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially this race.
Especially at this race. It's you against the course. When you look back at your career, what do you look at as highlight moments for you? Because a lot of times I'll look at it and I'll go, okay, obviously Wildflower, obviously 70.3 Worlds, winning that, and other races like that. But what do you look at? What races meant the most to you? Have meant the most to you?
It's hard to beat those big wins that
Yes.
you get, but if I have to say what would be some races where I cross the finish line and there's chills down my spine.
Yeah?
Probably the first one that comes to mind would be my first time 2009 racing Ironman New Zealand. It was. I'd always gone down there and watched the race, and
Yes.
after I won the 70.3 World Champs in 2008, I said, okay, I'm going to step up to the big
Yes.
game, and my goal was to not walk in the marathon, get through the marathon,
Right.
and I had no performance goals. I wanted to have a solid race and cross the finish line. Fastest debut by someone in an Ironman. Finished second, but more importantly, I was running down the finish line. I'm like, I didn't walk. I had these chills
didn't
down
walk
my
one
spine,
step.
and I'm like, if you can have your goal for an Ironman and get through the race and achieve your goals, then you can get through anything in life. So that was pretty exciting. And then probably another race that comes to the front of my mind is be 2013 Brazil. Oh no, it'd be 2012, I think. Brazil 70.3.
Okay.
I won that, and that was after a long time being injured with
your
my
Achilles.
and having the surgery, and just really doubting whether or not I would have enough in the tank to make a full comeback. And that was my first race win for well over a year, and it felt unreal.
I remember there was a point there where you were doing 70.3s like they were a 5K, right? I think there was a point there where you did like 3 or 4 of them in 8 weeks, and you guys were just... I'm like, hey, did somebody not tell these guys these are 13-mile runs? That's one thing to swim 1.2 and ride 56. It's a half marathon. And you guys are doing 4 of them, 4 of them in 5 weeks, 4 of them in 6 weeks. I'm like, what the heck?
I wish it still felt like that.
Yeah, I know, right? So when you look back at that, do you look back and go, maybe I did a little too much? Because with the Achilles issues, I'm guessing there were points where you're sort of recovering from one race, and just you can't really run much because the Achilles is a problem, and then you're going to the next race.
I mean, when the Achilles was playing up, I wasn't racing back to back like that, and when I was racing back to back, it felt within myself. I wasn't stretching myself, and my coach and I would sit down, we'd plan the year, and we wouldn't be racing like that throughout the year. There would be a block that we would train for, we'd get a good block of training in, and go, let's target and smash this, and that's what we did. We smashed it and then we recovered.
Yes.
And I've always been big on recovery, big on off season, and I think that's helped my career. Like I said, I've been doing this for 18 years now, Bob.
I know.
And I mean, a lot of the guys like Macca, I don't think he was in it for much longer than 18.
No.
18 years. So I've been in the sport for a long time,
these guys.
and I think all going well. Touch wood, I've still got another 5 to 10 years left in me.
How have you had to change things? As it's hard. Usually, I'm talking to guys who are 40 years old when I'm asking this stuff. But you've been doing it for like you said, 18 years. How have you had to change to adapt to the fact that you are getting a little older?
Shh! Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
In terms of the workouts, I've talked to some guys. They talk about I can do the same workouts, but I need to take more time off in between.
Yeah. One of the big things that's changed this year would be training with Jan.
Yes.
And actually,
what'd you learn from him?
Well,
did he do different stuff?
The training was probably a lot more intense. There was, I mean, I would do a lot more endurance-based, strength-based stuff, and with Jan, it's a lot more specific workouts. And the change has been good. Like I've really liked the change. And,
yes.
And I think change is good for everyone going through life, and especially training.
Right.
It's good to every few years give your training a big change up and stimulate your body in a different way. And I seem to be handling it quite well. Our body seems to be recovering well, and that deep down adrenal fatigue type feeling hasn't really been there. I mean, you definitely have the mornings where you wake up and you've been smashing yourself for 3 days, and you got to go smash yourself again, and you don't want Jan to lap you in the pool, so you got to bring your A game. You're doing the stretches before, and you make sure you drink 3 cups of coffee before you turn up, just so your eyes are a little bit brighter. But it's been fun.
So the transition from when you're talking about the 70.3s, like I said, you've won like 23, you've won I don't know how many halves. The transition from that to the Ironman is tough, right? It's double the distance. You're running a full marathon, dealing with the nutrition. I think you could almost race a 70.3 without a lot of nutrition, right?
Yeah.
You're talking 3:40 to 4 hours, but for the Ironman, the nutrition becomes a bigger game. How tough has that been to figure that out?
I'm not going to lie, it's been
hard,
tough.
Right?
Yeah, and I don't really know. Is that the reason why I haven't had a great race, because of the nutrition or physical, or am I just racing it wrong? And I've got a few ideas in my head, and I've learned a lot through all the Ironman distance races I've done. So I'm looking forward to implementing some of those changes this weekend and just seeing what happens. I think I have a pretty good idea what I have to do, and get out there and just do it.
One of the other things when I look back at New Zealand athletes, Cam Brown, yourself, your season with that Ironman New Zealand, which is a really important race, right? Yeah. If you're from New Zealand, you sort of that's in March, which means you're training over the holidays, and your season starts early. This is October.
No brewskis at Christmas.
No brewskis at Christmas. So how tough is that do you race New Zealand? You were 6th at New Zealand, and then do you take a downtime and then build back up towards the end? Because it's hard to peak all year long.
It is, yeah, and it's getting tougher and tougher every year with more races popping into the schedule.
Yes.
Dubai, with His Highness Sheikh Nasser getting into triathlon. Dubai and Bahrain have really put on a few races. So there's Bahrain 70.3 in beginning of December, and also Taupo 70.3 in December, and then Dubai in January. So it's like that period after Kona where you want to shut down and get fat for a little bit.
Yes.
Not that I have any problem getting fat.
Yes.
That doesn't exist anymore at the end of the year. So I think I'll try a few things going into next year, and probably a longer break after Ironman New Zealand, and try run into Ironman New Zealand with a little bit more form and have a good break after that. And I think that will probably give a little bit more spark, a little bit more energy for the build up into Kona as well.
I love it. So 11th is the best so far. So I'm guessing that you might do a little better than that this week.
Thanks, Bob. We'll see.
All right.
It's a long day out there.
Terenzo Bozzone has been our guest. Poncho Man, come on in and do your thing. Hele mai, ke olo olo oi. E hoi mai, kui po, e hele
mai, ke olo olo oe. E ho'i mai kuipo. It's breakfast with Bob and Terenzo.
Woo! Poncho Man.
Yeah.